hard to believe he's gone.
Yep, such a sad day.
It really is. I really, it seems like just yesterday he was here. I realize it's been almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years, yeah.
It's been almost 2 years. One of the first things I felt like was important, Kirk, was we constructed this nice, lovely hammock park. We named it. After him.
Yeah, the Craig Chandler Memorial Garden.
Yes, it's a memorial garden. There's not actually any plants or anything, but we have a lovely hammock park, and I like to come sometimes when I'm not working on a lesson, and I like to bring Craig with me and just think about him and think about those days.
Sometimes I can hear him making bad jokes.
He made some really bad jokes. I remember his rabid obsession with Alabama football. I realized that you're
Roll Tide, Craig. Roll
kind
Tide.
of in that as well. I can't go that far, War Eagle, but I like to remember those times. I just like to come and sit with him and take him for a walk through his old house.
Yeah. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little memorial walk through the house.
We're going to spread some ashes.
Spread a few ashes in there. Just talk about some of his favorite memories from living in this house. Just remember Craig.
We're going to look at some of his most valuable possessions.
Yeah.
Because he left rather quickly, and we understand there's some valuable possessions in here and some treasured memories. Certainly we have treasured memories of him, and it's going to be a special day, so you're in for a treat.
In for a big treat.
Let's go.
Here we are on the back porch of the house where Craig was known to wake up at sunrise and do some morning yoga. It was one of his favorite activities to do every single day when he lived in this house.
It was, and I remember the children across the street, the Bentleys, would come over and they would just encourage him, and it was a really powerful experience. He, of course, had to come down here because this was one of the only areas that he could come during daylight hours because of the way the sun came in.
Yeah.
He can't be in the sun much.
Can't be in the sun.
He's a pasty guy.
Yeah, he's a ginger.
He is a ginger. And we like to believe that even though he was a ginger, he still had a soul, and in some way he's with us.
Yes. Now here we are on this front porch where Craig would just sit out here and get him a big old glass of sweet tea and just rock in his rocking chair and just reflect on the day and just sit and be in a very peaceful situation.
That's how I like to remember him, just sitting out here, and occasionally we'd have to yell at kids for being on his lawn, but nothing more that he liked than to just sit on the rocking chair out front.
Well, let's move on into the house.
Oh!
So heavy.
Oh! Alright, one more step. Sorry. We're here now in Craig's living room, and Kirk, one of the things I remember about Craig, he started out as our youth minister as a bachelor. Kind of tough to make ends meet. He didn't have a really good decorative style, so he had to steal some tables and some chairs from the church.
Yeah.
I think he also stole the church's projector and screen. It was a nice place to come and watch ball games at.
Yeah. Very comfortable in here.
Yeah, but it was a shame because he would never let Sheena actually decorate things.
Yeah.
And
He had his ways.
He had his ways. It worked. There was plenty of room for friends and family to come over.
Yeah.
But I'll just always remember all the wonderful times we had here and stuff he stole from the church.
That's right. Here we are in Craig's kitchen where he would come and make his morning coffee and cook his meals.
He loved his coffee.
All of his Scottish meals. Let's see what he has in the fridge here. Oh, let's see. This looks good. Still 2 years old.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Aged well.
It has aged well. I just realized I left the oven on. So sorry about that, buddy. I like to remember Craig and just the nice gingerness that he has. A lot of people don't realize, Kirk, he actually had jet black hair.
Yeah.
But he dyed it.
Yeah.
And we're at the sink right now that it really brings back a lot of memories. He used to come in here. I remember I caught him a few times in here dyeing his hair.
Yeah.
And it just makes you remember the good times with him.
The goofy redhead.
The goofy redhead that he really wasn't.
Yeah.
But he played it well.
Yeah. So if we could get a shot right here of his
His hair dye.
Red hair dye is not kind to sink.
And here we are in Craig's bedroom.
Kirk, one of the things I remember about Craig was his just everyday beauty routine that he did.
Yeah.
We've got him with some of his favorite products here. He would get up every morning and there's a child's sunscreen that he would put on, and then he would move on to the natural stuff, and then he went to several different spray sunscreens that he would put on.
He had a cocktail look.
He did. He had to be careful.
Yeah.
He had pale skin, so he had to be very careful. And good for him. You know, that way he didn't get sun cancer or anything bad like that. I think it's actually skin cancer, not sun cancer. But
tomato.
We're splitting hairs, really. I never really understand why he used off-bug spray every day, too. It seems like he was clean.
He was just so sweet, the bugs.
I guess so, that the bugs like the sweet blood that he had. But I'll always remember him by his, just love of sunscreen products.
Here we are where Craig spent most of his time.
It was his favorite chair.
Yeah, favorite room of the house, favorite chair. This is where I most remember him. And
I remember just so many memories he told me he had in this room and in this exact spot, and I'm just glad we can have him back here.
Yeah, he returned to his throne.
Yeah, he is in his natural habitat now.
This is where, of course, Craig would take his poops. And here we are in little Bailey's bedroom where Craig would come in here every night and give her a little kiss on the cheek and wish her good night. Of course, check this closet here for monsters.
There's no monsters.
Good. And here we are, of course, in Craig's guest bedroom where his in-laws would frequently stay. And at night, he would come in here and give them a little kiss on the cheek and check the closet for monsters just to make sure there was nothing that was going to harm his in-laws. And
there's no monsters. Kirk, of course, this is the guest bathroom, and this is where Sheena took her poops.
And another little known fact about Craig, here we are in a little storage room down here, is Craig was a dealer of VBS supplies. He was actually one of the largest distributors in the Southeast.
It's such a great collection.
Yeah, there's a strobe light.
He already has things reserved. We've got a box here for Athens VBS, so he was really on top of that.
And here we are in the basement of the house where it's believed that a ghost has lived in this house for years, and we've nicknamed it Chamblisi, and we're going to explore the basement a little bit and see what we got. And here there's another little storage room area. Let's check out what's in here. Oh, hey, Chamblisi, how are you doing?
I'm good. What's up, Kirk?
Oh, not much. Let's get a high five. There it
All
was.
right. Hey, where's Craig?
I have bad news, buddy.
What's that?
He's right here.
Oh, that's great news! Mission accomplished.
And here we are back in the Craig Chandler Memorial Garden to wrap things up. I'm so happy we went on this little memorial walk today through his old house and everything.
I needed it.
Yeah,
I needed it.
A little closure. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just spread some of Craig's ashes here across the memorial garden. I'm going to let Daniel do the honors since he's the new youth minister. So I'm going to pour a little bit. There we go. Close this back up.
I didn't really anticipate that he was going to be this pasty and this white, but I'm spilling a little bit of it in here. But see you later, bud.
And here we are in Craig's guest bedroom. This is where his in-laws frequently stayed when they came to visit. And Craig would come in here every night and give them a little kiss on the cheek. And this, of course, is their guest bedroom where Craig's in-laws would frequently stay when he came to visit. And he would come in here and give them a little kiss on the cheek. And, of course, check this closet also for monsters.